Alright, everyone. I know I have been on a hiatus of 2 weeks and I haven't uploaded anything, but for real, nothing has really happened in the last week. Like, nothing interesting. And the really interesting things that happened in the past few days. So, let me just give you a list of what happened, okay? First of all, I am very angry with my badminton class. That's because of my performance. I've been there for 2.5 months. Then my brother got a new iPhone. I got a new guitar. Then the electricity in my building went out for 10 hours for day before yesterday. And everything is just like happening so fast, and like everything's happening back to back. I was like, I have to make a podcast episode. I just can't sit idle. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into the intro. And welcome to the ABHI podcast. You might be thinking, Abhishek, why are you holding the mic in your hand? And let me tell you, it's because the AC is on. It's super duper hot outside right now. Like, day before yesterday, I went out with my brother to record a few things in the ground, and the temperature was 48 degrees Celsius. 48. That's almost 15 or 20 degrees more than our own body temperature. It was so hot, like the wind was blowing, my eyes were burning, my skin was so dry, and as soon as we stepped out of the shop, it was just all heat, heat, heat. It was like being in a microwave oven. It was insane. But let me tell you about my badminton class first. Alright, let me give a little short update about my badminton class. Now, I've been going to that badminton class for 2.5 months now. In the beginning, my game was not that good. It was poor and it was just very basic compared to everyone else that was playing over there. But now, after 2.5 months, it has become, in my level at least, a little respectable. Like, I can play with them and I can sometimes beat them. But still, I have so much to learn. And that's not the problem. It's actually good that I have a lot to learn. But the thing is that I'm making the same mistakes again and again and again. Like, I want to learn how to smash the shuttlecock, right? I'm learning how to hold the racket, how to point it downwards so that I can hit it hard and smash it down. But even now, I am hitting it so back that it's going out of the court and giving the opponents the point. Let me give you an example. Yesterday was my badminton class, all right? And I was in good shape, so I was performing well, and I was hitting the tricky shots as well, and everyone was praising me. But then the opponents gave like a very easy shot, and I could have taken it so simple, just hit it down, I could have gotten the points. But my dumbass brain, I hit and it went so far away, it went out of the court. So my team, the player, the guy who was playing with me, he was like, Abhishek, nice, nice, we got a point. But then I was like, oh, it was an out. So they got the point, and then I was so disappointed. I was like, why? Why didn't I just hit it down? Why didn't I just hit it down? So yeah, that's what I am stuck with right now. I am still not good at badminton, but I am getting good. But I'm frustrated that I'm making the same mistakes again and again and again. That's so irritating. I was going to record this podcast yesterday because I was like, in that completely angry mood. But then my brother was like, Abhishek, man, relax. Don't record right now because everyone was at the house, everyone was making noise. Now everyone is quiet, so I can record properly. Now let me tell you about this guitar, right? I kept it so decoratively in the background and I haven't told you about it. Let me tell you. Now you might remember in my last to last episode, I showed you the new guitar we bought, right? Actually, it was second hand. We bought it from Friday Market. But when we brought it home, we tried to use it. And then we found out that the guitar was actually, like, spoiled. It didn't function the way a normal guitar is supposed to. Like, the strings were very far away from the fretboard. I don't know if you guys know what a fretboard is, but you see that long, like, wooden shaft on the guitar, that's called a fretboard. And it's called fretboard because it has these lines in between. You can see those lines are called frets, so it's called a fretboard. Now the string and the gap between the fretboard is called the action of the guitar. Alright. And the action on our old guitar was so high that we had to press very, 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 very hard to get the proper notes and tones. So I was like, why is it so hard? And I went to my friend Rehan, and he also has a guitar. So when I saw his guitar and compared his guitar to my guitar, I found out that our action is abnormally huge, humongous. And we thought that we might be able to fix it at home. But then when I saw on the internet how to fix it, it was so complex for an acoustic guitar. For an electric guitar, it's simple. You just have to twist some knobs and it will get fixed. But for an acoustic guitar, you have to take stuff out, you have to file it down, you have to put it back in, and then you have to twist some screws. It's very complex. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you can seriously mess up the guitar. So I didn't touch that guitar for another 2-3 weeks because I was like, there's no use of practicing on that guitar because it does not work properly. Then my father was like, no, we have to get a proper guitar. So we went to Avenues, we went to the music shop, and then we bought this 49 kd guitar. It's a Yamaha Fender guitar. And let me tell you, it is awesome. First of all, it's so much better than the old one, obviously. But the quality after holding it, the weight, it's so much greater than the old guitar. And now I am actually practicing it. Like, I want to learn the guitar. I want to learn how to play some actually respectable songs on the guitar, not just simply Happy Birthday or some very simple and basic songs. Right now, what I am stuck on is the transition from one chord to the next chord. Alright. The first problem I had was getting the proper pressure on each string to get the correct tone. Because if you don't properly press on the strings just make dum 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 type of sound. They don't make the ting type of sound. So that pressure was a problem for me. Now the pressure has been fixed. Like, I get a good idea of how much pressure I have to apply on each string. But the second problem I'm facing now is transitioning from one chord to the next chord like seamlessly. Because if you want to play a song, obviously you have to go from one chord to the next chord, right? But I'm having a problem in that because whenever I'm transitioning from one chord to the next one, I have to stop playing the guitar, shift my hands, then start playing the guitar again. So that's not supposed to happen because otherwise the song will just sound completely idiot, right? So I am now practicing on transitioning from one chord to the next chord. But there are so many chords in a guitar and I have to learn each one of them. Like shifting from this chord to that chord, it's going to take a lot of practice, which I am going to do. Don't get me wrong. I am going to practice the guitar and I hope by the next year I'll be able to play some decent song on the guitar and maybe upload it to YouTube because that's the best place to showcase my skills. So that's the guitar thing. And you know what, let me just bring the guitar. Hold up, okay, just give me 1 minute. Alright, so this is my new guitar. As you can see over here, it's written Yamaha. Oh, it's inverted for you, but it's written Yamaha and it's made in Indonesia, so it's really high quality. We got it for 49 kd in Avenues. There's a Yamaha showroom, so from there we bought it. And the problem we had with the last guitar is that we didn't have a guitar pick to play with. So we this time got a proper guitar pick and we got like a pack, right? So this is like a medium hardness pick, then there's a soft, then there's a hard, then there's a heavy. So for those people who really go crazy with the pick, right? So for me, I'm just using the medium right now, but other people can use different variations if they want. So I'll just sit little back so that you guys can properly see what I am playing. Otherwise, I'll be playing down here and you won't be able to see the guitar only. So just give me a second, okay? I think you can see the guitar now properly. Alright, so see, I have learned 3 chords on the guitar, alright? Let me show you what those chords are and then I'll explain to you what I'm going to do with those chords. So the first chord that I'm going to play and the first chord that I actually ever learned is the E major chord, right? So see these lines, they're called frets, okay? So this is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, all the way to fret 20. Most of the songs are commonly played in these first 4 frets. And the remaining are also used, but commonly these 4 are used, alright? So the first chord that I learned is the E major chord. So I keep my index finger on the fourth string from the thinnest. You count from the thinnest to the thickest string. Alright. So from the thinnest, I'm counting 4 strings and keeping my index on the first fret. Then my middle finger goes on the 5th fret, and then my index finger goes on the 3rd string, my middle finger goes on the 2nd fret but on the 5th string, and then my ring finger, it's going on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. So that is the E major chord. Now my pressure, I have kind of got adjusted to the pressure I'm supposed to apply on each string. Now let me play the guitar. My pick is right here. Alright. So I'm going to play one. So wait, this is how it sounds. And the guitar is tuned. So don't worry about, oh Abhishek, it's not tuned. It is. Okay. Let me just play. These are called open chords. When you don't press anything and you just strum it, it's called open chord. Alright. So I'm going to strum the guitar. That's how it sounds normally. Now I'm going to use the E major chord, right? So here and here, right? Not a big difference. And to check that you're giving proper pressure on each string, strum individual strings, okay? Now I'll teach you, I'll not teach you what I'm learning myself. So this is the E major chord. See that? That's the E major chord. Then slide the index finger, and now I'm going to play second chord that I learned. That's the A chord. I don't know what's major or minor, but it's A major, I think so. Okay. You can listen some difference, right? And then the third chord that I learned is the D chord. So I'm moving my middle finger over here. This one is a little bit hard one because I have to really stretch my fingers on this. Okay. I hope this works. See, that's the problem. You're not supposed to get that dup noise. It's so hard. See, like the beginners, their hands are not they're not used to having their hands in such weird, awkward positions, right? But slowly, when you practice more, you get used to it. So now I'm D chord. Damn! Why am I not getting it? Wait, I need to see a little bit more clearly. This here. Oh my god, so much stretching. I'm not getting the D chord. It's not happening. Yesterday I got it after seeing the video like 500 billion times. But today I'm not getting it. My hands are really paining, man. It's not even a joke. It's very hard. D chord is hard. But okay, let me show you the song that I learned, okay? So this song is very simple, only has 2 chords and each chord is supposed to be strummed 4 times. I showed 4, okay, not 3. So I'll play the E major chord first. Alright? It goes like this. See, that's the problem. I don't know how to transition right now. Still learning. But wait, let me try again. Maybe this time I can successfully do it. Where am I? There it is. Why am I struggling so much today? What the hell? Okay. And then again. That's all there is in this song. Only two chords, strum each one of them 4 times for 1 minute, and I'm still learning how to transition. I think I am getting it slowly, slowly. After the podcast, I will practice a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more, and then maybe by tomorrow or by day after tomorrow, I'll be able to shift between these two chords very simply and easily. But I'm also having to practice all these other chords. Like the guy who I was learning from on YouTube was like, if you want to play the D chord, you have to keep your fingers slanted this way, and your ring finger has to come here. But it's so like my fingers have never been in this position ever in their whole life, and for the first time it's going, so now it's becoming so hard. Like look at this, it's not ringing only, it's like my pressure is not going only. So I'm still practicing that. It'll take some time, but when it does, it'll be spectacular. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that show of me playing the guitar. Now let me come on to the next news, that is my brother got a new iPhone 12. Let me give you a little backstory about why he got the iPhone 12 first. Okay, he got an iPhone 6 a few years ago and he started using it. At first he was like, man, this is so small, it's so slow. But when he discovered the Apple Podcast app, he really went crazy, because Apple Podcast has ranks and you can rate the podcast and stuff like that. So he really got into that app, and then slowly, he started liking iPhone. Now, after his college started, now he's like, okay, I need a new phone. So which one should I get? So I was like, Rishikesh, why don't you get the S21 Plus? It's a good phone, it's good price, and it has all the latest features. But then he's like, no, I want an iPhone 12. I'm like, it's expensive, dog. Come on, like 270, 280 KD. That's like not your league at all. But he was like, no, I want an iPhone 12. I was like, Rishikesh, man, come on. Same, way less, like 50, 60 KD less, you get an S21 Plus. And it's so much better. But he's like, no. I'm like, fine, alright, we'll find an iPhone, and if there's any good deals, we'll tell you. So our budget was like around 260, 250 KD. And then we found a phone, iPhone 12, right? He wanted a blue color iPhone 12, which is actually a cool color. So we are searching for a blue color iPhone 12, 128 GB. And we found one, but it was like 267 or 263 KD. We were like, that's a little bit over budget, like a lot over budget. So we were waiting for the price to drop. Then something happened and the price went down to 261. You were like, that's good. 2 KD reduce. That's good. Then Eid came. So it became 257. I was like, oh damn, 6 KD price reduction. That's very good. But then we wanted to be even lower, like even lower. So instead of looking in these big, multinational shops like Excite and all those big shops, we're like, how about the individual small shops that sell the iPhones? So I went to one small shop and that guy was like 255 KD, which was 2 KD cheaper than Excite. But these are the small shops, right? So it's very easy to bargain with them. Otherwise, the big shops, they have fixed price and there's no bargaining. But these small shops, you can. So my brother and my mother, they went to that guy and they asked him, yo, 250 KD, you cool with that? And he's like, yeah, fine, 250 KD. So we got a 13 KD reduction on the price of the iPhone. And my brother got it. Plus, they put like a matte screen protector on his phone so that, when he goes outside, the sun's reflection doesn't burn his eyes out. The matte screen protector just makes the reflections diffuse and makes it easy on the eyes when you're outside. I have it on my phone. I installed it like 2 months ago maybe, and it's awesome. My mother installed it on her phone first, and then I installed on my phone, and then it on my brother's phone. So it's a very good screen protector. It's not made of glass, but it's made of plastic, and you guys should get it. Okay, if you are having the trouble, when you're going out in the sun, the screen is like reflecting all the light on your face. It's so irritating. You can't see anything, right? But if you put a matte protector, you can still see the screen, but it won't irritate your eyes. It will be diffused completely, so it will make your viewing experience more comfortable. So get it. I highly recommend it. So my brother's like, Abhishek, I need the iPhone. He got the iPhone for 250 KD and everyone was happy. So I also recorded a video of him unboxing the phone. But I won't show it on the episode because it's a little bit cringe. Okay. So I won't show it. Maybe I'll put like a small clip right now. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay. And other than that, yeah, he really enjoys the new iPhone. But the thing is that iPhones and Apple, they bring out the features very late. Like some features have existed on Android phones for generations, since grandpa times. Okay. But iPhones still don't have it. Their policy is to do it right or don't do it at all. So they observe Android and they see what new features Android comes up with. But obviously Android, when they come up with a new feature, it's always a little bit buggy, a little bit, not polished. So what Apple does is that they learn from all these small mistakes and they refine it until it becomes perfect. And then only they release it on their new update of iOS, which is good. But at the same time, you're doing this in the tech world, and tech world just moves light speed. It does not, like, 1 year you have a new phone, the next year it just becomes old, outdated and gone. So you need to keep on bringing the new features as fast as possible. Like lay it down. That's what Android is doing. Android just throws all the features at you. Whichever sticks, it sticks. The remaining goes out of the window, or they go under more refinement and they again keep throwing. But iPhone has monopoly on their own software, on their own hardware. So they can take their own time. And their policy is that we know what is right for the customer. So we will do it and you guys just sit and watch. You guys have no input. Even if you do inputs, we won't listen to you. We'll take our own time and then we'll do that. But in Android world, every phone except the iPhone uses Android. So if this guy doesn't want to do that feature, the other guy will do the feature. And then people go like, oh, this phone has that feature, but why does this phone not have it? Then they go and buy that. So there's a lot of competition in the Android world, but in the iPhone world, there's no competition. Only Apple has the rights to iOS. So they can just take their leisurely time, walk in the park type of situation. But in the Android's case, it's like an Olympic 100 meters race. It just goes on. Speaking of the Olympics, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics have begun. I am a humongous, massive fan of the Olympics. Massive. Like, I think I have followed the Olympics since 2016. Like, before that also I saw it, but I never remembered because they happen every 4 years. So the last time I remember properly experiencing the Olympics is in 2016. And it was awesome, man. Olympics is so cool. And now it was supposed to happen last year. And I saw the whole ceremony they had in January of 2020 for the lamp lighting and the whole ceremony they have. But after the COVID, it just got cancelled. I was like, no effing way. When was the last time they cancelled the Olympics? It was during World War II. And now the last time they cancelled was in 2020. Now they began the Olympics again, but this time there's no audience, no stadium audience. Only cable providers have the access and people can watch it at their homes. Actually, good news, an Indian weightlifting woman got silver medal. I didn't even know about it. I have to YouTube and see how she won the silver medal, because they're going to finish this whole Olympic event in 2 weeks. So they are blazing through each competition. There are like 50-60 sports in the Olympics. Some of them I don't even know. There's Winter Olympics, there's Paralympics, there's normal Summer Olympics. it's just going so fast. I can't keep track of everything. Plus, each channel only like live streams one sport at a time. Like if there's a table tennis match going on, 4 table tennis matches go at the same time, but they can only show one. So different channels have different table tennis things, and I'm not there on Twitter, so I don't know what's going on in the Olympics 24/7. So I have to keep track of it. Now I'm going to go on YouTube and find out who that lady was who got a silver medal in weightlifting. I mean, oh my god, silver medal, and India, crazy, mad respect for all the Olympic champions from India. Go Team India, win every medal. But yeah, Olympics is mad. Plus, I have to see the opening ceremony for the the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I am so hyped for Olympics. You guys have no idea. But just I'm a little bit barred because I don't have to pay the cable network people to see the Olympic live streams. But we are streaming it illegally, right? So the quality sometimes it's a little bit iffy, and the streams, you can't see all the streams at the same time. So it's a little bit problematic. But otherwise, I am trying to keep the Olympic madness in my head going continuously. Now I'm going to see another match from table tennis, I think so. And I hope that Team India comes with a gold medal this year. Last year, PV Sindhu was in the finals of badminton for gold medal, but she was defeated by this Italian lady. But the match was so nail biting. It was so white knuckled. I was on the edge of my seat the whole match. First round, the Italian lady wins. Second round, PV Sindhu wins. Third round, both of them are going back to back rallies. And the point difference is like, if she gets a point, she gets a point. If she gets a point, the other one gets a point. It's like going back and forth. No one is giving each other a single small space to breathe. But then the Italian woman was just a little bit more experienced than PV Sindhu. And she won by like 1 or 2 points. And I was like, oh, at least, even if you lose giving a very tough competition, high respect to you. Such respect, I can't even imagine. Gymnasts and all the runners and sprinters, so much respect for all those guys. All Olympians, even going in Olympics, it's a high honor. Man, yesterday I was seeing the gymnasium part of Olympics, the gymnast sports like flipping and dancing and all those. 15, 17, 16, 18-year-old girls and boys are in the Olympics. I'm like, wow. I am 18 and I nowhere close to their physical abilities. These guys are the pinnacle of humans' physical abilities, of elasticity, stretchability, flexibility, everything. So mad respect to these guys. Olympics, all of you should watch the Olympics. It's not even a recommendation. You should watch the Olympics. It's a once in a lifetime experience. It's grand. It's bringing the whole world together. Like, there's nothing compared to the Olympics. Like, no one else does this. No one. Bringing the whole world together in such a harmonious way, it's not an easy task. And Olympics have just proven time and time again that they can do it, and they do it the best. So yeah, watch the Olympics. It's worth every single penny. It's worth every single second, millisecond, microsecond, picosecond of your life. Don't miss out on this opportunity because it comes only every 4 years. And you have to know, it's greater than any other sporting event in the history of humanity. So I think this is one of the best inventions mankind has ever come with. Sports, but everyone together. A pool of sports, celebrating every type of sports. And many of you might not know this, but in the 2016 Rio Olympics, Paralympics, that is the Olympics for the handicapped people, the people with no arms, no legs. In that, an Indian man who didn't have his ankle was chopped off completely. He came gold medalist in high jumping. Imagine that guy doesn't have an ankle, came gold medal in high jumping. I saw the video on YouTube. It was so amazing. And that guy's backstory is so sad. He was like from a small village, those small village, no electricity, no water, no roads, no facilities. But still, he climbed his way through all those hurdles and difficulties and added his handicappedness. But after all that struggle, he came gold medal in Olympics. Not only silver, not only bronze, not like fourth, fifth, or like qualifying for the Olympics. Gold freaking medal. I respect him so much. I forgot his name, but he came on the Kapil Sharma show for his interview and everything. It was funny and everything. But so much respect for all the Olympians from India. Go Team India. Best of luck to all of you. Let's hope that all of you come with a medal this year. So yeah, I think that should be it for this episode of the ABHI podcast. I will give you my frequent updates on the guitar. And yes, I'm sorry for the 2 weeks of absence. But sometimes nothing interesting happens. So I have to wait out, wait the storm. Just wait for something interesting to happen. And now that it has happened in the form of this guitar, in the form of the iPhone, in the form of the Olympics, in the form of the electricity cutout. I didn't talk about the electricity cutout at all. Let me tell you. I was sleeping and early morning 6 o'clock, the electricity went out in the building. Alright. And from 6 to 4 p.m., 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., for 10 hours, the electricity was gone. You know why? Because my school, they took me to the power plant last in 11th, okay, in 2019. They took me and my whole class to the power plant where they make water, like they don't make water, but they purify water. At the same time, they make energy for the, buildings and stuff. So that guy over there, he explained that in the winter, everyone's ACs are off. So the electricity consumption is very less. But in the summer, everyone's ACs are on. Everyone's. So consumption of electricity just goes through the roof. But normally, every year, everyone has summer vacation, right? And so many Indian families live in Kuwait that when there's summer vacation, almost 1/3 of Kuwait's population is out of the country. But this year, because of the quarantine situation, no one went out of Kuwait. No Indian family went out. So everyone stayed here. Everyone's ACs are on. Everything is on. Like if there are 3 ACs in the house, all 3 ACs are on. This put a huge load on the power plant and there was a cutout in our building for 10 straight hours. Now my brother, he had his college and he didn't want to, go absent. So he went to Costa Coffee and he sat there for like 6-7 hours. But I left at 12 p.m. I went to Costa Coffee and I sat with him over there for 4 hours. We were doing time pass and everything. And then when we were coming home, my mother was like, Abhishek, let's go to McDonald's. So we went to McDonald's, we sat over there and we were chilling. And then at 4 p.m. we got a call and it was like, okay, the electricity is back. So we went back home and everything was fine. But today morning, we woke up and at 7 a.m., electricity went out just for a few seconds. Like maybe 20 or 10 seconds, the electricity was gone. But it came back right on. So that's nice. But oh my god, that shows how much pressure and load is there on the power plant. Like all these ACs that we have in our house, they're like old ACs. They're not power efficient at all. And many people still use this type of AC in Kuwait. So some of them have 4 ACs, 5 ACs. And in Kuwait, an AC is not a luxury. It's a necessity. If you don't have it, you will literally boil in your own house. You don't want that. In India, it's a luxury because, it's the climate over there is not that harsh. Plus, there are alternatives. There's trees, there's like rivers and stuff like that. You can go and cool yourself off. But in Kuwait, there's nothing like that. It's only sand, hot air, and a lot of heat. So, an AC is a very, very important necessity. And people have 4, 5, 6, 7 ACs in their house. So, when they crank every AC on max, full blast, it's not easy on the power plant. So, plus I saw the power plant. It's very harsh environment over there. It's like hot, it's open, dry, and sometimes the machinery overheats and it breaks. So the guys have to go down somewhere in the pipeline, fix everything touch the hot metal, surrounded by like cramped in small spaces. It's not an easy job. So maintaining that for the whole of Kuwait, it's a very tough job, and I respect them also. So yeah, that's all for the update on my life, on my guitar, on my iPhone, on the electricity, on the Olympics. Watch the Olympics, and yeah, I think that should be enough for this episode. If you stuck around till the end, thank you for watching. This has been your host Abhishek Bade. I'll see you in the next week's episode. Till then, take care and bye bye.